here in this council that said, and I'm just quoting what you said, that we don't have the money to fight a lawsuit. But thanks be to God that someone did take the courage and found the money and the funds to fight that lawsuit. So that's why you're back in those seats today. Unfortunately, you had to suffer a little bit. There was a quite unfair, that I feel, unjust cut in your payroll. Anybody that's took it from what, 20,000 to 7,000, you're making no more than somebody that gets Social Security. Really? $7,000 a year, that's what most people on Social Security get, $7,000 a year, when you break it down. Most of them. But my point being is, it's time now, as people have gotten up before me, and I'm not going to reiterate what everybody's already said about Public Act 4 and Public Act 72, it's time now for you as a council to back the people that put you in those seats. Yeah. Many of you, and this is not a slight on you, I know you're only doing what you can do, but you have to understand, we gave the Mike Brown, we gave the other gentleman, we gave all those people the power to do what they did because we didn't fight against it. You've seen me out and about. Some of you seen me on the corner with the Final Call newspaper. Some of you seen me in the streets or on the stores. But I'm saying, and the people of Flint are saying, that they've had enough. They're tired. They have had enough. I know I'm at my 5 minutes. If I can get at least 3 more, I'll be good with that. And I'll try to do it in less than that.
You can sum up in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
But I'm saying this not only to the council, but to the people in the city of Flint, because I know this is going to be replayed. Popular points were made. If you don't vote, you can't complain. If you don't vote people out, you can't complain about who gets in. We know politicians will lie. We know that. 4 years ago, when Hillary Clinton said she wouldn't run for president, and then she turned around 2 months later and ran for president. The man that's now in the seat as the emergency manager said he didn't want the position a few years back. And now the position has been given to him a few years later. We're looking at what you really know, and some people do know. If you don't know, I'm gonna let you know, a master plan that was put into effect long before you got into those seats to bring Flint to where it is now. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad warned you, and people turned a deaf ear to it. So as I close, and I'll be back, what I want you to realize is, the fruit of Islam is in the street, talking with the people, hearing what they have to say, and that's why they send me here to relay what the message is. Straighten up, tighten up, and let's get this city right. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Madam Clerk, our last speaker for this evening.
The last speaker for the evening is Andrea Randall.
Good evening, councilperson and residents. Most of what I had to say have already been said. I don't think this is the end of anything. It's just the beginning. I heard one gentleman say about the schools, that's going to be the next takeover. But you know, I'm angry. I'm very angry. Not at the councilman. I'm angry at the residents. Where are you all when these things are happening? Why don't you get some grassroots organization and fight the stuff that's going on here? I don't blame the council people here. I blame us for sitting on our behinds letting this happen. I just read today that Allen Park is getting ready to go down, take over. Why are all the black communities being taken over? Think. Charter schools. Public schools was one of the last things blacks got. Are we going to sit on our butts and let them take that too? I used to work in a charter school. Ain't what it's cooked up to be. I worked right over there at Center Academy. Told the people, these kids aren't learning anything, but you know what? We are dead people because nobody can tell us anything. My father used to always say, I don't mind you overlooking me because you might be taller. But when you look over me, I have a problem. Brownie was very slick with what he did to the citizens of Flint. And my thing to the citizens of Flint, you better get up and do something. The master plan that I saw years ago, a couple of years ago, they didn't have anything planned past Hamilton. All of you know it. Did you tell the residents this? I don't think so. Residents, this is not something that just happened, letting our neighborhoods look like a rat or a little Beirut. This just happened. That's the plan. They've always wanted this city back. And you know what? We're giving it back by doing nothing. I don't blame any of you council members because you know what? If you got out there to lead us, when you look back, you'd be the only thing there. Come on now. Let's tell it the way it is. Tell it the way it is. And I'm not a speaker, but I have read in the paper, and when you slap me in my face, I ain't turning the other cheek. I'm not going to turn. $750,000? Water bill sky high. These people know what they're doing to us as residents of this city. They know doggone well that we can't afford this. I ain't moving. You ain't running me out of Flint. Thank you. Come on. Why don't you get some leaders? What leaders? I ain't getting up here quoting the Bible. Don't get me wrong. I believe it. I'm a Christian. But if you don't put nothing behind quoting them scriptures, ain't nothing gonna happen. We get up here and we want to quote scriptures. Put some work behind it. Everyone in here right now, we are the ones that's going to have to do something. Council people, I didn't even know there was a meeting today. Why don't you all get some information to the residents? You know why? Because you don't want them to know. Give me a break. My sister had to come from church to tell me there's a meeting today. And you know, everybody say, oh, why don't they get up and do nothing? Because they don't know. They don't know. Information don't filter on the north end. Land bank. Land bank, ladies and gentlemen, stepped their foot in it because they knew they were not going to have the money to clean up. Ran out of money. I worked at the workforce building. I'm not telling you anything that I don't know.
Ma'am, you've exceeded your 5 minutes. Would you please sum up?
I'm through, because I'm pretty sure they got the drift of what I'm saying. Get up and do something for yourself. We always looking for a Moses. I'm Moses' wife. You want to do something? That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes our meeting. We do have a couple of resolutions, and we have Councilman Freeman presented a resolution the other day, last Thursday, and it needed to be amended. Councilman Neely, or?
No, you can go ahead with that, but
Let me just read Councilman Freeman's request for an amended resolution. Resolution to request a hearing under PA 72 of 1990, Section 15-2 by the Flint City Council. Whereas on August 8, 2012, the Emergency Financial Assistance Loan Board recommended the appointment of an emergency financial manager pursuant to PA 72 of 1990, and whereas PA 72 Section 15-2 states that the governing body of the local government unit has 10 days after the date of the notification to request a hearing conducted by the governor or the governor's designee, and whereas the financial condition of the city of Flint is significantly different today than during the period of inquiry conducted by the state under PA 4, and whereas PA 72 has substantially different qualifications indicating serious financial problems than does PA 4, now therefore be it resolved that the Flint City Council hereby invokes its right under PA 72 of 1990, Section 15-2, to request a hearing. Is there a motion?
so move for approval.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Discussion
Yeah,
by my
just
colleagues. Councilman Neely?
yeah, just to clarify for the public, to find out, to really understand what happened the other day, is that the legal department came back and said there was some inconsistencies or some errors in the first resolution that we were passed. This resolution will effectuate the will of this body to protest and ask for a hearing of PA 72 as it relates to taking over this municipality. Hopefully we can get this done and make sure that this comes in under the window of the 10 days allotted pursuant to PA 72 of 1990. It's important that we have an action plan, and this is one of the action steps pursuant to what PA 72 is, but we have another resolution that we'll be getting into next after we vote on this one. But hopefully we can start the process to move forward to actually give the people back their power.
Thank you.
Mr.
Further
Chairman.
comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I believe there's a typographical error on presented and adopted. It shows 8/9/12, 8/9/12, and it should be 8/13/12
Right. Thank you.
in both instances.
Thank you. Okay, roll, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Lloyd?
Yes.
Ms. Popla?
Yes.
Mr. Lawler?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Mr. Wayhill?
Yes.
Mr. Sargentson?
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
And then the next resolution is a resolution that I prepared this afternoon. After reviewing the opinion of the city attorney and seeking some advice from some legal individuals outside of the city, I have a resolution to oppose PA 72 of 1990. And let me read it. By the Flint City Council, whereas on August 8, 2012, the Emergency Financial Assistance Loan Board recommended the appointment of an emergency financial manager pursuant to PA 72 of 1990, and whereas the financial conditions of the city of Flint is significantly different today than during the period of inquiry conducted by the state under PA 4 of 2011, and whereas PA 72 has substantially different qualifications indicating a serious financial problem than does PA 4. Now therefore be it resolved that the Flint City Council states that it is illegal and without statutory authority for PA 72 of 1990 to have been invoked against the city of Flint and therefore the Flint City Council does not recognize the appointment of the emergency financial manager. And I would move this resolution for approval. It's been moved.
So moved.
It's been moved.
So moved.
No. Somebody else from the floor has to move it, Scott.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yep, thank you. Discussion? Roll, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Poplar?
Yes, yes, yes.
Mr. Lawler?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Mr. Wayhill?
Yes.
Mr. Sargentson?
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
Thank you. And Madam Clerk, we have a couple of
Yes.
Licenses that need to be
Yes,
approved.
we have 3 add-ons for licensing, and these are 3 resolutions. One, recognizing the Floyd J. McCree Theater as a nonprofit organization operating in the city of Flint for the purpose of obtaining a charitable gaming license to cover the month of August. This is for fundraising purposes. The second is a resolution recognizing the Stockton Center as a nonprofit organization in the city of Flint to obtain a gaming license for the entire month of September. And the last one is a resolution recognizing the Creme Fitness Foundation to obtain a license for the date of August 31st, 2012.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I would like to move add-on number 3, 4, and 5
Support.
for
Is it 1, 2,
approval.
and 3, or 3, 4, and 5?
3, 4, 5. Well, actually, it would be
Because we just approved 2.
add-on numbers 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and
Okay,
Right.
I'm in that motion to move add-on number 2, 3, and 4 for approval.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Discussion? Roll, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Lawler?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Mr. Wayhill?
Yes.
Mr. Sargentson?
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd?
Yes.
Ms. Poplar?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman.
if there's no other official business, I want to make a statement and a request of the council.
Yep, go ahead. I was just going to read the next meeting notice and then
Okay.
go into council discussion.
Okay.
Just
I
so
had-
that the public knows that we're going to have another meeting.
Okay. And you can do that at the end, right?
All right, our next Flint City Council meeting is scheduled for 5:30 PM on Monday, August 27th, 2012, right here in the council chambers. Councilman Lawler?
Thank you. At the last council meeting we had last week, I had made a referral to Mike Brown, Tracy Atkinson, Howard Croft, to come to this meeting and discuss some issues, concerns that I have regarding the Smith Village development. Obviously, no one's here. And was going to also take opportunity to ask questions and have discussions about all of these resolutions that was passed in the 11th hour before Mike Brown left the office as the financial manager on August the 8th. Our city charter gives us the authority to have investigative powers, and I think we should do everything within our power to get the work responses done that we so deserve, that the citizens of this community so deserve. And so I'd like for us to call for an investigation that would include all of the resolutions that Mike Brown had passed on August the 8th. The 62 resolutions that was passed on August the 8th, and to include in that the order number 33 of the consolidation of Flint Area Enterprise Community with Economic Development Corporation and the elimination of the Citizens District Councils. I believe that is the only way that we can get answers and questions and then get down to the reality, the facts of really what's going on here. And, you know, I say that, you know, this investigation is because there's public assets and resources that is being used for private use, of transfer for private use. And so I then call upon us as a council to proceed with using our investigative powers to have an investigative hearing so that the administration can then answer to you know, our questions. I make a motion, yes, that we have an investigative hearing.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Do we want to put a date out there, or how do we want to proceed with not just passing a resolution to have investigative hearing, but to be more specific so that we can all start to plan and get ready to do what we need to do? I support having that.
Sure.
I just didn't know if you were prepared to figure out when we were going to do it, or just go ahead and at this point in time, just to support your motion to have a hearing.
Well, are we back on schedule with the committee meetings as well as the council meetings?
Well, under the last emergency financial manager, we didn't have
Committee meetings?
We only had council meetings. And those resolutions or actions that were required by us were just done at the council meeting.
Well, I'm not for the investigative process to start. I think we need to come together as a council and have discussion about what that process will look like.
We need to develop a resolution, and
yes,
you know, with the dates, and
yes,
you know, we'll probably need some sort of legal counsel, I would imagine.
Yes. So next week.
Well, our next council meeting isn't until the 27th, so, which is 2 weeks from tonight.
No, I think, okay, well, I'm asking that we have a meeting next week, a special meeting.
Oh, a special meeting.
A special meeting.
To adopt a resolution for the...
To form the resolution and then get back the legal opinion that we would need.
That's fine. I'm for whatever you would like. So just tell me what you would like and when you want to try to have it.
So next Monday, can we schedule it for next Monday?
Okay. Okay.
Mr. President.
Okay. Let me get some input from some of my colleagues, Councilman.
If I may, I'm going to support that resolution when it comes. In terms of the actual resolution, I don't know if we need to do a meeting per se for the actual resolution and the date. When you bring it, I'll support it. And so if you and maybe a few other colleagues that you're suggesting put the resolution together tonight, I don't know if we need to have a resolution tonight to vote to have the hearing, because I'll vote to do that now, and then you guys can set the date for the hearing, and then we can get that communicated out.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what you were really looking for, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So we can have we'll make the resolution and then just set it for its process to start at our next meeting.
Okay. So right now, let me just recognize your motion and correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, Councilman Lawler has made a motion to approve the council in supporting having an investigative hearing. Is that correct?
That's correct. And that's pursuant to the charter, section 3205.
Right. Okay.
I think it's been supported.
It's been moved and supported. Further discussion? Roll, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Mr. Wayhill?
Yes.
Mr. Sargentson?
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd?
Yes.
Ms. Poplar?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes,
Mr.
0.
Lawler?
I'm
You
sorry.
got one more to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize to the maker of the motion, Mr. Lawler.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. I do apologize again.
Further discussion from my colleagues, Councilman, are you through, Councilman Lawler?
Yes, thank you.
Councilman Neely?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I think it's very important when we listen to the audience and as they communicate their wishes and their will to this body, we do have to formulate a plan of action. We can't be too emotional to have not put a plan together to take some of our authority back for the residents of the city of Flint. And this is not a power grab for the city council by no means. We want to make sure that it's talked about. But when we talk about transferring the assets for public use, private use to some entities out there in those 11th hours, the increase in water rates, street lights, and other assessments that's being placed solely on the backs of the people who can least afford it, we need to do our due diligence and make sure we do all the things that's necessary. I do have an opinion about this. In my opinion, it's racism by another name. And that other name is Public Act 4, now Public Act 72. But I do want to send a referral to the legal department. Mr. Bade, pursuant to city ordinance, there is a salary cap for all positions set by ordinance. And if Mr. Brown is currently making $175,000 and his new title is city administrator, that exceeds the salary cap set by ordinance of the city of Flint for that position. And I would like the legal department to look into and evaluate all, I think I put this referral out to the Human Resourcing Department last week, to make sure that all personnel is in compliance with all city ordinances. We don't have the ability to change those ordinances arbitrarily. I don't think Mr. Kurtz has that ability in his new assumed role as under PA 72 to arbitrarily set salaries higher than the city ordinance. So we need to make sure that we follow all laws set forth pursuant to ordinance. Also, we need to make sure that as a body that we do our best to move this process along quickly, because the removal of all our city assets is underway right now. And right now they're liquidating the city of Flint, and this is a projection or a forecast. I think once they liquidate all the assets of the city of Flint, they then will say that we're bankrupt. The water plant is one of the assets. Hurley Hospital is another asset. We have many assets, and they're going to try to tax us to death in this community. Also, I want to send another referral to the legal department to give us a report at our next meeting as it relates to the lawsuit that was filed and judgment was levied against the city of Flint for the Citizen Service Bureau. I know we made one payment, but there is still an outstanding $3 or $4 million out there. Hopefully we can get that report from the law department. But don't be surprised, citizens, if they do another forced assessment upon your taxes to pay that off. Now, we need to get a report, and hopefully we can get that from the law department by our next meeting to let us know where we are with that. A $6.5 million millage they put before us. I think crime has been allowed to continue in certain portions of our city to pry open the pocketbooks of the poor. But I don't want to vote for a millage if I had to have two police chiefs, two six-figure police chiefs. Barnett Jones is still on payroll at $135,000, and I believe Alvern Lott is making anywhere between $106,000 and $110,000 currently. That's not what we're looking for when we talk about public safety. Well, we currently have a park millage that we renewed not too long ago, and in a language when we put before the voting people, it enumerated the things that was going to be added to our parks, because our parks are supposed to be taken care of out of the general fund. The park millage says over and above, and it added certain things like forestry. We have no forestry department. As I understand it, there's only currently one person that's in Parks and Rec, and that's the Parks and Rec director. So we want to make sure if we put money forward, that it's going to go to where we need it. And there was better ways to, in my opinion, to subsidize our public safety forces. The income tax increase was the best way to do it, not another tax upon the people that can barely afford it. I move forward with those statements.
I'll recognize those referrals to the legal department for you, Councilman Neely.
And also, President Kincaid, I do want to ask you to, and I had a small discussion on my side of the room about a subcommittee being developed to address the needs of the residents of the city of Flint as it relates to their high water bills and different things of that nature. Because one of the things, the unrighteous things, immoral things that Mike Brown has done, he has weakened the immune system of our municipal structure by removing the ombudsman's office and the Human Relations Office, because people could come there and file a complaint or file a request to have some assistance for high water bills. That no longer exists, and under our mantle as City Council, I think it's up to us to probably take on those responsibilities for a period of time until we can get those offices back up and operational. So if you would consider establishing a subcommittee, you and the leadership,
I think that's a great idea.
and to address the needs of residents for high water bills, because I do know, I believe in my heart, and I do believe that you are overcharged every time you pay the bill. And so somebody needs to be advocating for you, the residents, and that's part of our responsibility, why we don't have those other charter mandated positions in ombudsman and or human relations.
Councilman Neely, let me work on that and have a resolution to assign those individuals, 3.
It's up to you. It's just a subcommittee of a working body to actually advocate for those citizens.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll do that. Any other comments from council members? Again, I want to thank my colleagues for being here and the public for being here. And we are adjourned, and our next meeting will be on the 27th. Thank you very much. Huh? Well, I don't think we need a special council meeting.